Hi Scorpio, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Scorpio is your love reading for the month of March. I'm going to draw 6 cards for the Tree of Life reading, each card relating to a different energy or experience in the month of March, okay? I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we will get started. Okay, nice and quick for you guys, Scorpio. Okay, so these are your 6 cards, and these three are clarifying cards. I'll know when they are necessary to be used in the reading. Okay, so let us get started. The first card here it relates to your overall energy or focus for the month of March in love. Okay, and that energy is the 7 of Wands. I have done a video about the number 7s. I said this last time. We seem to be seeing a lot of number 7s in February and March, so do check out that video in the Key Wisdom playlist. Okay, 7 of Wands. Now, the number 7 actually on the Tree of Life is endurance, okay? And it's a challenge really that we must endure and overcome. So and it's related to wand energy in this instance. So wand energy is related to our inspirations, our passions, our urges, the things that feel right to us, that feel authentic to us, even the things that we are afraid of, but that we know they are for us. That's the energy of the number 7, and it's about really finding a way to overcome challenges that sort of stop you from being authentic. That's what really the number 7 is really about, or the 7 of Wands, I should say, specifically, is really about. So your overall energy or focus this month really seems to be about putting your money where your mouth is, standing firm in your convictions, in the things that are authentic to you, so in the things that feel right to you. So if you're saying, like, this is the time that I want to get out there and start dating after you've been single for some time, then this is what you're going to do. If you have been in some sort of situation with a lover, and they're on one side, if you will, and you're on the other side, this is really about staying true to your convictions. And I would say that this energy is important if what we are trying to stand up for, if you will, is really a true reflection of where you are in your life. So it's got to be real. It's got to be real, and it's got to be what you need. And there is one of these cards that's actually, and I was going to put it on there straight away, I feel like it's this card that's related to this energy, and it's a Queen of Wands. So this is about your confidence and understanding where your confidence comes from, and knowing what it is you want, knowing who it is you are, knowing what it is you expect, and really standing up for that, and standing firm and standing confident in that conviction when it comes to love. So as I said, whether there's a change that you want in a relationship, your partner works too much and you want to spend more time with the partner, and your partner's like, no, I need to work more. This is you saying, understanding, actually, no, I know it's more important that we spend more time together. I know, and I have to insist on it. That it can be that energy. Or if you've been single for a long time and now it's time for you to get out there again, for example, this is that energy as well. It's that, whatever the situation is for you, but that's the energy that you can be expecting. Okay, so the next card is what or who you could encounter in the month of March when it comes to love, and that is excuse me, the Two of Pentacles. If this is a who you could encounter, it could be an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or Capricorn. If it's a what you could encounter, this really, what I just said about your partner works too much and you're trying to get them to spend more time with you, or you work too much and you're trying to spend more time, That is literally this energy. The Two of Pentacles, well, all Pentacle energy is about the things, the areas of our lives that we put our energy into in order to manifest, in order to gain security, in order to gain abundance, really. And the number two is about commitment. So it's about a commitment to something. All number twos are about commitments to something. They're about taking action in order to sustain a commitment. Okay, so putting the work in, the energy and effort in to sustain something that's important to us. And this is like juggling. So this is like both these things are equally important. So it's important to me to have a really successful relationship, but it's equally important to me to have a really successful career. And it's the sort of balance of those two things. It's how do we balance those two things? Well, how we do it is we stand firm. We know it's important to have that balance. You know it's important to have that balance. And so it seems like you're trying to get that balance in your life, in your love relationships, and in in the other areas of your life which are important and significant to you. So your work, etc. So it's about balancing those two things. But it seems like for some of you, it could be that you've been single for some time and you've been focusing wholly on your work, your career, whatever, and your finances, building up that security. And you realise now, okay, it's time that I actually get out there. Venus enters Aquarius on the 1st of March. On the 1st of March. So, there is this element of having clarity in love, basically, with that transit, gaining clear understanding about a way forward in your love and romantic situation. So this sort of balance, it's like you going, okay, finally, I've been single for 10 years, I need to get back out there, or, whatever it is for you. So it's that kind of trying to prioritize or trying to have a balance between things that are important to you, including love. Okay, the next card here is your perspective or your past. So where you're coming from, really, what you understand already. Okay, and this is where you're coming from. Wow, Judgment. So this hit us in September, I want to say September or October 2018, this energy. So have a look. You can have a look back. Obviously, I've done a video and a post on my Instagram, Key Wisdom Tarot, about this energy. And really, this energy is so it could have been around that time for you, is what I'm saying. That this energy hit you, or this event hit you, because Judgment is an event. It's something that happens that actually exposes our vulnerabilities or reveals something about ourselves on an intimate personal level, or about our relationships or our interactions, etc., our perspective. So it's an event that actually happened that actually forced you to look at where you are in your love situation. And this event, as I said, could have happened back in September. It could have been, you got into a relationship. It could have been the end of a relationship. It could have been a new situation in love, in your current relationship that you're still in, that you've been in since that time. But something has happened. It could have been a conversation that happened back at that time in September in the past, that someone said, that your partner said to you, you're spending too much time on work or whatever. It could be anything like that. Okay, so this is a perspective that you're coming from, and it seems like, just a second, Teddy, goodbye. Sorry, scratching the bed. Anyway, so it could have been a situation like that happened, that has really, in a way, you're kind of revisiting similar energies this month, but in a way. Now, if we look here, we know from the astrology of March that, Mercury does go retrograde in Pisces on the 5th. Mercury is the planet of communication. Pisces about our intuition and our deep emotions. Okay, so this is, if you think about what just the basics of what that means, that is actually thinking back to how you used to communicate in love, or how you communicated your emotions and how you felt in the past about something. So it could be that you're sort of revisiting similar energies, if you will, after the 5th of March. Okay, so now let's move on to, so that's your past, your perspective. This is your love potential, or love lesson for the month of March, and that energy is the Sun card. Excellent. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so if you look, we've got similar imagery, haven't we? We've got the naked self here on both these cards, and it's as if now, yeah, that situation was exposing that's happened in the past, but now you can be more confident because you are who you are. You realize who you are. You want to share who you are. You're confident in sharing who you are. You're happy to share who you are, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single, whether you're married. You're happy now to share who you are. So even if there was disagreements in a relationship, or even if there was a difficult situation that you had in the past as a single person or in a past relationship, now learning has taken place. So as I said, this energy hit, I can't remember the month exactly off the top of my head. It was either September or October, around that time of year. So a few months ago. But actually since then we've been learning, and it's been hard. I know it's been challenging. You know, the beginning of 2019 has been challenging, but you have learned stuff. This is like related to your third chakra, your solar plexus, which is all about self-expression. It's all about authenticity. It's all about vitality, you know, being you in the world and being happy being you in the world, you know, being comfortable. So in your love situation, it's about that comfort, that happiness, in really just being yourself and really allowing your partner to see you, or the people or the person that you're going to start see you, regardless of their judgments. You know, you've come a long way. You can be confident because you understand who you are now, and that's something that this episode, whatever it was back in the day, that's something that's taught you that you can be this way now. So it's time to let the world see. It's time to let the world see who you are, and it's time for you to see who you are and how you can be in relationships, or in the relationship that you're currently in. Okay, your next energy, I feel like this is linked actually to this one. So your next energy here is your challenge for the month of March, and that is the Lovers. So well, I mean, we're not doing too badly, are we, Scorpio? So that's all right, isn't it? If the challenge is love, I'll talk about it in the sense of love, relationships, and then I'll talk about it in the sense of personal, how this can be personally related to just you, okay? So the challenge it's saying is love. So this could be a new relationship. This could be, again, you've been single for some time, you've been juggling work. Now you're saying, okay, I'm ready to actually put energy and effort into finding a relationship, or put energy and effort into rebuilding my current relationship or my current marriage. I'm ready to do that. That is this energy. That's you sort of being challenged by the relationship, if you will, starting a relationship or re-engaging energetically into a relationship. If it's just related to you as an individual, the challenge is about finding that balance. You know, number 6 is beauty on the tree of life. It's about harmony. Is this number, is this card? It's about harmony, the harmony between our internal emotions and intuitions and feelings, and those being in balance and truly reflective of our external actions. So we are behaving in a way, masculine Adam, we're behaving in a way that truly reflects how we feel. And we know how we feel because we have spent time working on understanding, uncovering, unlocking. So there's been a lot of, if you look here, there's a lot of cards of exposure, and that shows that it suggests that you have been coming into awareness. Your awareness has been growing, and you're in a new place now, and it might still feel scary, you know, to want something new. You know, it might be that some of you, you know, have been single for some time, and you've been in a relationship and now you're single, for example, and this is you standing strong. You know, maybe you're one of those people. I've got friends who I knew years ago, and they were always in relationships. It was what we call serial monogamists. So, you know, they were, you know, from the age when I knew them, from 11 years old, they were in a relationship for 2 years, then till 13, and then they were in another relationship till 15, then were in another relationship till 17, then like literally. And this is like that. I'm thinking of a specific person actually. And this is like, this energy here is like you saying, no, I'm going to be single. I'm going to spend more than a week being by myself. I'm going to spend more than a couple of months by myself. This could be you standing up for that. And it's hard for you. It's hard for you to do that because you've not done that before. For example, I'm giving you examples of energies. So it could be difficult for you to do that. So you have to apply it to your life because you're learning new things, Scorpio. You know, you've been learning new things over this past sort of year, and you're now in a place that's new for you when it comes to love. New for you when it comes to love might be new relationship, no relationship, whatever. So you apply it, okay? Let's have a look at the clarifier for this card. Yeah, so we've got this card. I mean, obviously it makes sense. This is a challenge anyway. So in this position, your lovers card is the challenge. So we've got the card, the PTSD card, the fear card, the 9 of Wands. Now, all 9s are linked to the Hermit energy. The Hermit energy is about actively, it's masculine energy, and it's linked to Virgo. And it's about actively going within to seek understanding of. Basically, that's what the Hermit or the number 9s are about. In this instance, it's of your feelings, okay? Of your, the things that are stopping you or restricting you from going in the direction that you want to go in, whatever that is for you. So this is you're being challenged to look within, to question, why am I stopping myself from meeting someone new? Or why am I stopping myself from ending this relationship? Or why am I stopping myself from moving on from the past relationship? Or whatever it is for you as an individual. That's this energy. So, of course, we've got a challenge, as I said, in this area. So the challenge seems to be around, again, your expression of love. Remember the balance between our internal emotions, Eve, water signs, if you will, feminine energy, and the masculine actions that we take. There's got to be a balance between those. They've got to be true reflection of each other, and there's got to be an appreciation of both sides. You know, I take these actions because it feels right to me. So this is the challenge. It's about understanding where you want to go and why you want to go there, and understanding if you're afraid to move in whatever direction that is, single, dating, whatever, looking at why, recognizing, oh, I feel afraid, and reflecting on that, okay? Whatever the, as I said, whatever the specific situation is for you. Okay, finally, so this will obviously be for this, or maybe not, we'll see. Advice or how to achieve balance this month. So how to sort of overcome some of these. Excellent. Be confident and act confidently. That is the message of this card. Now, the Queen, the difference between, I've told you the difference between the masculine and the feminine, the King and the Queen. The Queen on the tree of life, it's the other way around actually. I'll do it that way so you can see. On the tree of life, we have masculine, which is number 2, which is wisdom, like key wisdom, is gained through our actions. So the things that we do in life, the things that we experience in life, the things that we go out and do, we gain wisdom and maturity and clarity from taking those actions. So this is an active masculine card. Queen, the queens, the feminines, the Eves, is understanding, or binner on the tree of life. It's number 3 on the tree of life. And the understanding is about what is within. So when we talk about this, it's about saying, I know who I am, therefore I know what I need to do. That's what these energies combined represent. And this is saying, with the King of Wands, for your advice, this is act confidently. And you can act confidently because you know who you are now. The challenge that you've been facing, potentially since September, but it could have been any time in your life, any challenge that this is specifically talking to, any revelation, I should say. So any revelation of self. It could have been that you were in a relationship and you found out that your partner was cheating on you, or it could have been that you were in a relationship and you realised that intimacy was an issue for you, for example. It could be anything, okay? So the judgment, this event happened. And since the judgment events happen, what happens is that we do grow. We go through learning, and you've gone through that learning, you've got the understanding now, and now it's about acting confidently in whatever direction with regard to love you want to go in. Let's look at this one. Now, this is interesting because I've been thinking a lot about this card, and I might do a post. I've already got the pictures for it when I was out walking, but I might do a post about this week, so keep an eye on my Instagram and Facebook for those people that follow Key Wisdom Tarot. on those platforms, and you'll be able to get an in-depth sort of take on this card. Ultimately, all the fives are about change. So on the Tree of Life, the number 5 is power, and power is about, how I understand it, is transformation from within that shows itself on the outside. So for example, you've been thinking for a long time, oh my god, this isn't working, like this isn't working, this isn't, for example, this isn't working on the inside. And because you're thinking that on the inside, eventually that actually affects your external actions. So you might, if you think it's not working, you might stop, not be as ready to return that person's calls, or you might start acting out in your relationship or whatever it is, and that then in turn can cause conflict from all sides. But with the 5 of Wands, the change is necessary, and the change is already happening. So regardless of the changes have already gone on within you, beneath the surface, with Eve, you know what I mean, with the High Priestess, with that energy. So it's gonna come out, and it means that things in your life are going to change. Things around you are going to change. How you act, how you interact with your partner or with the people that you are in new relationships with, or whatever your situation is. But ultimately, even though you are changing, the change has already happened. So 5s show, actually indicate an event that's going to happen, that's going to actually reveal to you in a way how much you have changed and how far you have come, and how you are changing in the ways that you are changing. So a 5 is an actual event that's going to happen. So it could be that, as I said, you've been single for, let's just say, for example, you've been single for years and years, and then someone asks you, but you've done the work and you're ready to start dating again, then out of the blue somebody asks you out. This could be that energy, getting that, someone to ask you out. Someone asks you out and you're like, oh my god, I'm excited. But and as well, it reveals to you, oh, I've changed, like my reactions. I wouldn't generally date those people in the past, or I generally wouldn't, whatever, there's a change that has come through, and the event actually shows you how much you have actually changed, reveals to you how much you have actually changed. So this advice is act confidently, Scorpio, in the month of March, okay? Even though you are afraid potentially of the new relationship, even if it is a struggle to balance the new way of living that seems right for you, you can be confident, and you've got the happiest card in the deck, and this is your love potential or love lesson for the month of March, okay? So, my fabulous Scorpios, I hope you like this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share this video on your social media, on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, etc., for anyone you think it might be relevant and resonant with. If you haven't already, please subscribe, click the little thing below, and it'll give you notifications of my new uploads. My next upload is going to be a week in brief, which is going to be posted next week. And leave me your comments. I always read every single comment that you write, and I generally respond to every single comment as well, to be fair. And you can follow, as I said, Key Wisdom on Instagram, on Facebook for extra information. Also, the Key Wisdom playlist has a lot more information about mindfulness, meditation, compassion, etc. So do check that out, and don't forget to read your astrology below, which gives you a full sort of breakdown and description of these dates, and of how we, what we can basically expect in the month of March, okay? And finally, your bi-weekly readings up to the 5th of March are still available to view, so check those out too. Okay, Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. You can act confidently because you have learned a lot about yourself, okay, over this past sort of 6 months or whatever it is, 5 months, 6 months. You've learned a lot about yourself, so act confidently when it comes to love in March. Take care, my fabulous Scorpios. Bye.